More importantly, and I think more significantly, I consider all of Igboland to be my home. From Enugu to Anambra, Imo, Abia, Ebonyi, and the Igbo-speaking communities in Rivers, in Kogi, in Benue, in Delta. All of them are home because all of them are Igboland. Igbo bu Igbo. Whenever I land at an airport, whether in Asaba or in Enugu or in Owerri or the wonderfully named Chinua Achebe International Airport in Umueri, the overwhelming feeling for me is one of wholeness, an internal calm, an instinctive, ancestral peace.
Today, interestingly, we are going to be looking at the assertions of our sister, Odelowa of Igboland, Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie, my namesake. We are looking at her assertions. She talked about the Igbo states, particularly that when she lands at the airport in Asaba, she already feels at home. This feel at home doesn't mean you have arrived at your father's compound. There is this air around it. I don't know how to describe it. It is indescribable. It is indescribable. I can only relate it to somebody who has felt it. Let me assume you are coming from Lagos or UK or China or America. Any part of the world you're coming from, back to your home state in Igboland, and you land in Lagos or Abuja, and you hear that the connecting flight back to the southeast is being delayed, and you decide to go by bus. I'm telling you this so that you can relate to it if you have felt it before. By the moment you pass Benin, heading towards Abo, your body will feel it that you are home. You have that calmness. You will just feel like Eluamono. You will feel like Eluamono. That is, your heart will calm down. Your heart will be at ease. So that is how to know that you are already home. For some, it is when they sight the Niger Bridge. But I'm telling you no, because there are people that don't have to cross the Niger Bridge to know that they have gotten home. If you are from Onichubo, you are from Akuku Igbo, you are from Idu-Ujuboko, you are from Obio, you are from Abo, you are from Ibanke, you wouldn't need to cross the Niger Bridge. Unless those of our brothers who are from the states in the southeast and some in the southwest that would need to cross the bridge. You wouldn't need to cross the bridge if you are from Asaba, Ubuluku, Ogwashuku, Kwale, and the rest. So, this feeling is what she described in her video. I'm going to post that video immediately after this live broadcast. I'm going to post that video again. But if you are to look for it, go to our channel, search the most popular video there. You will see it. Chimamanda declares the 13 Igbo states. The 13 Igbo states she mentioned are, let me try, if I can be as eloquent and sagacious as our sister Odelowa. Odelowa, Boro, steeti iri na atọ anyị nwe n'ala Igbo dịka Delta, Edo, Benue, Kogi, Bayelsa, Rivers. State isii Ubua, without mentioning the southeastern states, the 5 southeastern states. Now, these states are states that practice the Igbo culture. They speak the Igbo language, each with its own version. Because we are not ruling out Olunde, Olunde Okigwe, Olunde Olu, no Olunde Owerri are slightly different, but they are all in Imo State. Olunde Ngwa, no Olunde Abiriba are slightly different, but they are in Abia State. We also have Okigwe people also in Abia State. Olunde Onitsha, no Olunde Uguta, no Olunde Akuku Igbo, no Olunde Nnewi, are slightly different, but they are all in Abia State. Olundeka, Olundi Okwane, Olundi Enuane are different. In fact, within Enuane, Olundi Ahaba, no Olundi Obolo, no Olundi Ogwahe are different. This is how diverse the Igbo language is. And our sister, Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie, took time to highlight these differences. And I'm going to share the video once again, immediately after I end this live broadcast. The Igbo language and Igbo culture is very diverse. And those who did this division did not have in mind our cultural orientations. They didn't have in mind our geographical location. They didn't have in mind our linguistic ties. They just joined a bank with Edo State, not minding whether an Ibanke man can understand what a Benin man is speaking, not minding whether the Ibanke man can understand what Asian people are saying, not minding whether our brothers in Oba, Iwuoha, and the rest, and the Opobo can understand what people in other parts of River State are speaking, people in Andoni. So, it is the same thing with Delta State here, where the people of Anioma, the 9 local governments in Anioma, speak an Igboid dialect. We do not understand what an Isoko man is saying. I do not understand what an Urobo man is saying. I will not understand what the Shekiri people are speaking. But we are still in the same Delta State. And if you think it's because of geographical nearness, no, it is not near. I can proceed from Asaba to Burutu, and in 4 hours, 30 minutes, I have not gotten there. But I don't know which part of the southeast I will not access in 5 hours. That is not even in the same state with me. If I move from Asaba to Oka, I will arrive Oka in 45 minutes. But if I dare to move from Asaba now to Warri, I will not arrive Warri. We are in the same Delta State. This is how we were bundled into states with people we don't have any linguistic or cultural affiliation with. Now the small one we are supposed to join ourselves with, or the place we are supposed to join ourselves with, you see people denying that they are not part of that place. You are somebody who are you from, say I'm from Delta, I'm not Igbo. What a confused identity. If you think it's not a confused identity, Delta was just created in 1991. So before 1991, what was this person expressing himself to be? I am Bendel Igbo. Before Bendel State was created, where were you expressing yourself to be? Oh, I am Midwestern Igbo. Before Midwestern Igbo, what were you? Say, oh, I was Western Igbo. Before Western Igbo came, before the very first white man stepped his foot into this soil and did cartography on a map to set boundaries of where is where, who were you? That brings us to where we are supposed to be. Before the white man came, who was I? Who were we? Before the white man came, my people identified as Igbo-Obolo. And this Igbo-Obolo did not end in Delta State. Igbo-Obolo have brothers who are not just related by name, they are related by culture, they are related as kin, by blood. When I mean by blood, people left here, Ubuluku, and went there to found a community. You have Obolo people in Amai. You have Obolo people in Omobo. All these are in Okwane. You have Obolo people in Okwele. You have Obolo people in Obetim Obolo. There are more than 5 to 10 different communities in Okwane that say we are from Obuluku. And to buttress the fact that they are from Obuluku, they have Ono Ezemu. Ezemu is the founder of Obolo Kingdom. They have a shrine called what's the name of our shrine again? They have a shrine called Iyago. You have Iyago, you have Ezemu, you have Ono Shai. Some say Ono High, some say Osai. We are the same. We have our brothers in Okovoro in Mbise. We have Ebonyi Nejofo, Ebonyi Sizo, Ozobolo, Ubolo, Ubolo Hazara, Ubuluntu, Ubulekwe, Ubulikem in Onitsha. There are many Obolo communities before the white man came, I'm talking about. We also have Umwezechima in far away Ebonyi State. We have Umwezechima in Ogume, in Okwane. We have Umwezechima in Onitsha. We have Umwezechima in Imo State. That is the people in Oguta. All these are Igbo people. So before the white man came, some people think, erroneously anyway, that it was a white man that gave us the name Igbo. And I laughed. Recently, I educated one of my kinsmen, a man who is in his 70s, but I had to do it with a lot of wisdom and humility. The white man didn't give us the name Igbo. Some say it is I go before others. I before others. They even call it abbreviation. Interestingly. In my hometown, we have a place called Obibo, and it is on record, and I am on a live video that cannot be edited. And there are people who are from there who are probably watching this video. They are from Obibo in Ubuluku, and they have their ancestral roots tracing back to Uri. In fact, significantly, they are the metal workers in Ubuluku Kingdom. They are not just in Ubuluku, they are in Ibuzo, a place called Omoli Quarters. They are in Ogwashuku, they are called Omozo. They are greeted Ojogu, Ojogueli, because they make metals, either as farm implements or war weapons. For we who are close to Benin, we had to fight a lot of battles. So, these Uri people are Igbos. I've said we have Obi Igbo. We have Akuku Igbo. These are Igbo names. We have, in the other side of the river, we have Ibonku. White man didn't name this place. These are places that have name already before European contact. Let me read one of my comments, please. Same here in Omok. Oh, they think here. Same here in Omok. They think they answer Igbo names because of most of the earlier days school teachers is Igbo and they teach them Igbo language. Just one way. You know, I told someone I have also lived in Omok. I didn't live directly in Omok. I lived in Obogu, just 5 minutes drive to Omok. Obogu shares boundary with Obite. Obite shares boundary with Omok. Shares boundary with Ede before you now get to Omok. You see the names. If you're coming from Ahoda straight to Omok, I've lived in Dazis because I worked at the OML 58 upgrade project for Total. I was a pipe welder then. I lived among the indigens. And I appreciate what you have just commented, my brother. They say their ancestors married Igbo people. They call Igbo people. They call us Ndi Soma. That is Ndi Isu Ama. They believe every Igbo person is from Isu Ama, so they call us Ndi Soma. So they say Ndi Soma married Oba people, and therefore we change their language. Very irrational discussion. Let's believe we change their language. Which language were they speaking before that time? If we also change their language, did we also change the name of their festival? Their festival is Egwoba or Nchaka. Did we also change the name of their king? Their king is called Ezoba. We also have Ezegi, who is in Akabuka. We have Ezochioha in Akabuka, Akabuka precisely. We have people who are Eze in Erema. We have Ezumobo in Obagi. These are traditional rulers in Egi, part of Oberland, where Omok is located, that you're commenting from, my brother. So I'm just buttressing your point. They say they answer Igbo names because we are very close to them. No. Let me shock everyone. That is for people who do not know. I can move from my local government in Delta State. Hear it very well. I am from Ubuluku. My local government is Anyocha South. I can move from my local government in Delta State to Ebonyi in River State. Ebonyi is in the same local government with Omok, very close to Omok, in just 30 minutes by water. And in that 30 minutes that I've gotten there, if I greet a man in Ebonyi, the greetings that I greet people in my hometown, he will respond in the same way. We share the same greeting. We share similar language. If you ask them if they are Igbo, some will say yes, they are Igbo. Some will say no, they are from Benin. When they mean Benin, they don't mean Benin. They are referring us as Benin because we are close to Anidu. My grandmother will never call that place Benin. Benin is a very new settlement. It is called Anidu. Please, I have over 80-something people watching this live broadcast, and I want to plead with you. If you are not a subscriber to this channel, please support us by subscribing to our channel. Also, give us a thumbs up. If I have 90-something thumbs up while doing this live broadcast, I'll be very happy. It will encourage me to do more live broadcasts next time. So please, I didn't know that I will see such number of people watching actively. So please, 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 I am not asking you for money. I'm just asking you to please help our video to reach a wider audience so that this channel can grow. This is a channel where we discuss about the rich cultural heritage of the Igbo people. My brother Wester, it's so nice to see. You said you're from Anambra State. Your mom's ancestry is in Teje. In Teje, where Asaba people are claiming and denying to come from. So, I am saying that the Igbo identity extends beyond the southeastern states, like our sister Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie has said. She narrated that if she lands at Asaba airport, in her mind, she is home. She feels at home. That is how it is. You will see what happened in the last general election. I don't mean to talk about politics, but in the last general election, you saw how Igbo swept the pool in Asaba and every other community in Delta State. Because after the indigenous population of everywhere, what you see is Igbo. Here, the indigenous population is Igbo because Asaba is an Igbo community. The same thing goes for Okpanam, Ubuluku, Ogwashuku, Ibuzo, Isenuku, Obio, Amo, Umunede, all of them, down to Ibanke in Edo State. So, what we are trying to examine here is that the Igbo people reside in places outside the core 5 southeast states. Why are there even 5 southeast states when other states have up to 6 states? Some have 7. It is because General Yakubu Gowon sat down and said, if the East tries to go, that time, Cross Rivers was part of Southeast. Port Harcourt and River States was part of Southeast. But he said, if the East, the place you call Niger Delta today was just Southeast, aside from the Midwest, which includes just Edo State and Delta State. He said, if the East tries to go, we will create the core state. And he did. The only state he did not create, the core state, by the way, means Cross Rivers, Ogoja, and River State. He created Cross River State. He created Ogoja State. He created River State, but did not create Ogoja State. This is why today, when we say the Iko monoliths, which has the oldest Sanskrit, aside from the one found in Ugwele, is Igboland. Some people say, what are you saying again? Is Cross River State also part of Igboland? Yes, it is Igboland. I have told you people before, the Igbo language has various dialects. If an Nsukka man is speaking Igbo, it is different from when an Eka man is speaking Igbo. If an Eka man is speaking Igbo in Delta State, I will differentiate that Eka man from when an Okwani man is speaking. If an Abo man is speaking, I will know this is Abo, this is Umunebe, this is Otolobo. They are different. This is Owa. Bring it down to Oshimili. If an Asaba man is talking, I will say, this one is Asaba, this is Ibuzo, this is Okpanam, this is Obunuku, this is Ogwashuku, this is Isela Asaba. They are distinct. So I've never heard somebody say, I am speaking Okigwe, not Igbo. I am from Ungwa, not Igbo. I am from Abiriba, not Igbo. I am from Onsoka, not Igbo. I am from Okigwe, not Igbo. I've never heard that. But you usually hear these people who say, I am Ikwere, I am not Igbo. I am from Oba, I am not Igbo. If you now speak it further, they will get upset because they don't have facts. When you don't have facts, you easily get angry. But when you have facts, you will be relaxed. How can a man named Akalaka be a Bini man? He is the father of all the Oba and the Kwere people. Even the Ekpeye people are relatives to Akalaka. How can a man bearing the name Akalaka be a Bini man? How can a man bearing the name Ezechima be a Bini man? My own father is Ezemu. How can the man bearing the name Ezemu be a Yoruba man? It's not possible, right? Okay, so what happened is that Igbos did not only live in the southeast. They spread, just like they are still spreading today. You see one of our most recent videos is a video of Council of Igbo-speaking states in America. That is CISA. CISA continues to adopt new states every year. During the World Igbo Congress, they will adopt new states. You saw a video of ours where we used we made a thumbnail. The mother na the mother na iwe. Can you get my photo we made a thumbnail? Mena Korana, ndị ọcha ọnụ na-ahụ ndị Igbo. Abanyere ha dị ọcha, ha bụ ndị Igbo. Kedụkwa ihe ị ga-ekwu na ihu onye na-atọ onye dị oji mgbe a na-ekwu na ya bụ onye Igbo? Ndị nke anyị na-ekwu dị ọcha na anụ arụ, mana ekwetara na ha bụ ndị Igbo. Mana ya ahụ onye ojii, ọ sị na o wee Delta, o wee Igbo. The thing makes everyone laugh. It makes me laugh sometimes. My own name, you will be surprised because I got my on a Federal University of Technology over it. No, I'm lecturer at Bob Town. So with ID card, this is our ID card. My okay without having an attendance sheet. Keep one on the class. Only lecturer again. We were trying any last same gun or only name major doom such questions. Only name the one I do my daughter to Ajum there. Makana Hambo Ngozi. Equally now, Ngozi Quesile wine. Money then a Delta Igbo. You okay in wine. I know Zachangozi. In fact, our House of Reps members we speak now. I am Ngozi Okoli, Onyasaba. Look at who is doing ministry. Okay, we travel almost 90 years now. I have Ngozi Patrick Ahunzia. So only Igbo na Delta na Zacha Ngozi. So no king ga-esikwa n'ụgwọ mmadụ na aha mbụ Ngozi. Tụkwasị ya na abụ onye Igbo na abụ onye Delta. Ejele na. So you will think now as I'm speaking that I am from Owerri. I am not from Imo State. I am from Delta State. But I am able to converse this way because I have lived there a little. The same way if I switch into area, Mario Kaya Oluoba, Kimaya Simba way Delta. Ukuoka, Yasu Oluoba. Delta. If I speak Oba and maintain it, a call Oba man may tell me, this your Oba is not too strong. I will say, oh, because I grew up in Port Harcourt, they'll say, okay, no problem. Onyemwe. They're asking me who are my parents. I mentioned. If I'm to greet them, I will salute everybody. If I enter in the midst of Oba people now, I greet Asande Gia, Apa, they will say Apa no day. If somebody is from Apa, the person will answer. If Apa day to Apa will say, hey, Apa are here, will say Made, say Mai, Ukorobia. I greet you, Made. How people greet Maba, Mane? These people greet Madi, like the same greeting, but this one is referring to somebody he considers a man, because it's men that greet this. Madi for a man. For a woman, they say Kando. It is Igbos that say Ka. I don't know where to start explaining Igbo identity from, but I want you to know, as an Igbo person, that Igbo states are more than 13 in Nigeria. Let me read a few of my comments. He said, Ogwashuku, known as Ogwanruku, thanks for being upright. God bless you. Thank you so much. That's true. My mother is from Ogwashuku. Yes. My mother is from Agidiahe in Ogwashuku. And we have Agidiahe and Agidiase in Ogwash. Now, my mother is from the lineage of Okuni. Okuni is the son of Gei. Gei is the son of the founder of Ogwashuku. Okuni wa Gei. Then my mother is from the Ndoka Akeke stock in Ogwashuku. So Ogwashuku is rightly called Ogwanri Uku. That's for people who call it Nri. Some call it Nshi. Some call it Nri. So when we see a short person, those priests, those short priestesses of Nshi, shrine, we call them Adanshi. Ndị Adanshi, that's those pygmies. In fact, whoever knows history would know that one of the proofs that Igbos are ancient people is because we have the pygmies in our midst. The pygmies, yes, they are among the early aborigines of Africa. So those pygmies were so much in Ogwashuku, we call them Ndị Adanshi, which some people can call Adanri. Now, those Adanshi, those short peoples, it is their stock. We are not saying it's okay to make any mockery of them, but those Adanshi people, it's just to buttress the point that Ogwashi is called Ogwanri Uku or Ogwanshi Uku. Uku because Uku is not UKUO. Uku is big, not great. Uku is big, not great. Great is different from big, because I hear some people twisting narratives to connect anything they want to connect to Bini. I don't know. But Ogwashuku is not the only one that bears Uku in that area. And to know about the people, you ask the indigenous and ask their neighbors. Odaibo came from all the way from Edini. Edini stopped at Oboli in Ibuzo. Odaibo continued to Ogwash. They are siblings. So in Ibuzo today, that is why God bless our Igbo people. In this life, manowa ozo, Chineke mekwa m ka m bụrụkwa onye Igbo. Because Igbos are good people. Igbos are people, I'm so emotional saying this. Igbos are people that I will forever be proud to have associated myself with. I am not the first person to do Igbo unification movement. I started this Igbo unification movement around 2015. So I can comfortably say I have done this now with pictures for more than 10 years. I wasn't doing social media things. I was on ground. I was with my sister going from Ozobolo to Obolo-Isi-Uzo, to Obolo-Ekwe, to Obolo-Iyejofo, to Oko-Ovoro in Mbise, and they told us something very striking. They have a document, a gazette, of meetings they have held before in 1960s, in 70s. Their last meeting was 1987. Wow, I was shocked. So these people were identifying themselves before as one. So how did we now get to the stage where people will now comfortably face a camera and say they are not Igbos? Why I started saying God bless Igbo people is this. One of our brothers from Ibuzo, his name is now late, so may his spirit also judge what I'm saying. His name is Professor Angolo M. Onwejogo. He was the founder of the Department of History and Anthropology at the University of Benin, Edo State, UNIBEN. Professor Onwejo, who wrote books on hegemony. I have the books, I have been reading them. I can't stop reading them. After reading it, I will start again. He was a strong promoter of the Igbo identity. He's from Iguzu Isunambogo. He never denied his Igbo identity. Professor Angolo, A-N-G-O-L-U, Professor Angolo Onwejo stands as one of the most respected professors of history to ever come from Africa. Why am I mentioning him? His statue is still there now at Ibuku, at the Ibuku Museum. Before you enter Ibuku Museum by the right, you will see a statue of Professor Angolo Onwejo. He is my brother. He is from Enugu. He is from Iguzo. After Professor Angolo Onwejo, we had Ambassador Professor Raf Chukwu Uwechwe from Ogwashuku. He was a President General of Ohaneze Ndi Igbo. In fact, it was Angolo Onwejo that teamed up with Dr. Nkem Dora Akuyili, and they pushed Goodluck Jonathan for presidency after he finished his caretaker. You know, he replaced Yaradua, and after that, people started fighting him. It was these people, the Ohaneze Ndi Igbo, that pushed for Jonathan to go again, and he went for presidency. So we have had well-educated, reputable Igbo people. Am I going to start talking about Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, who recently made a video to explain her experience during the Biafra genocidal war, during the Nigerian genocidal war against Biafra? She was living with her father, who was also a brigadier in the Biafran army, a king, serving as a brigadier in the Biafran Great Army. That was Professor. See how I keep mentioning professors, so that you will know that Efulefu are the people who deny their identity. People who know their worth, people who are educated and enlightened, they don't deny their identity. It is usually Efulefu that if you raise them up and shake them, nothing will fall from their pocket, that keep denying identity. Look at the caliber of people I keep mentioning. So Professor Chukwuka Okonjo, the father of Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, was a brigadier in the Biafran army as a king of Ogwashuku. So when recently one king that was recently crowned started the noise of "I am not Igbo," and he said, "We are not Igbo," one of the sons of Professor Okonjo-Iweala came out to say, "Speak for yourself. Don't speak for us this time, okay? It's good to speak for yourself, okay? If you have identity crisis, use it for yourself and for your people. Because no king in Enugu has authorities beyond the boundaries of his community." If you're just joining us, please, I want to ask you for a favor. Two things. Support us by liking this video, commenting on it, and sharing this video. Also, you can support us by giving us super thanks. Yes, thank you so much. You can give us super thanks. We are open to receive super thanks from you. You can also support us by sharing the video. Anything you can do to help this video to gain a wider view and audience. If you are not yet a subscriber as well, oh please, I'm on my knees, subscribe to this channel so that you will see our videos every time we post them. So, Ogwashuku stands firmly as an Igbo community because Oda Igbo, the founder of Ogwashuku, is from Igboland. Similarly, the founders of Iguzo are from eastern part of Igboland. So, we are not Igbos because we migrated from the southeast. We are Igbos because we practice the Igbo culture. That is what makes us Igbo. If you ask me now why I am Igbo, I will tell you up to 10 things. and they are similar with what is practiced by our Igbo brothers. Although you will see slight differences, don't let it trouble you. Igbo sena, odibende na adighi bende na adiko ogirisi na agbammi. That is what is obtainable in one community, but is not obtainable in another community, may look like ogirisi. Ogirisi is usually prepared, is a seasoning prepared from castor oil, and it has a very, very pungent and unique smell. Aroma, I should say, not smell, because we use it for cooking. Imagine when that thing now has a little blood in it. Yes, it will now be disgusting. So, most cultures are disgusting because you don't practice it. I saw a young girl carrying agwo the other day. And people were saying, hey, is she a virgin? Has she stopped giving birth? This will stop her from giving birth if she's not a virgin. No? Others were in the comment section asking, what is she carrying? And then they described for them what agwo is. That if an old man passes, agwo that belonged to the older man that passed will be transferred to the new oldest man. And that new oldest man, it is his first daughter who must be a virgin or who has stopped giving birth that will carry it. In western part of Igboland, we use ofo, and that ofo is what we transfer, not agwo. So odibende is practiced in Igboland. It doesn't make us different. It makes us unique. Every Igbo culture is unique. This is why I stand firmly with our sister, Odelowa of the universe, Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie, when she stated that Igbos are comfortably living in 13 states of the Federation. We also have Igbos outside the 13 states. Just less than 2 months ago, we held this year's edition of Igbo Unity Conference called Ndị Na-asụ Bịa Ọgbakọ Igbo Zara Igbo n'Olu na Ndịda. We converged on Okpanam. You know, Okpanam and Asaba have joined together, so it's conurbated. We held that conference in the land area of Okpanam, but we all say Asaba. And everybody joined. Online, we had participants from Jamaica who are Igbo-speaking people. I had goosebumps all through that conference. We had participants from Gabon who are Igbo people. We had participants from Equatorial Guinea who are Igbo people. We had participants from North Carolina, from West Virginia. We had participants from all over the world, from Brazil, from Haiti. Igbo people are all over the world, and they are making exploits there. They are not in the forests all over the world causing havoc or committing crimes. They are in the center of every city making a difference. This is why we must all hold our heads high as Ndi Igbo. We must never cower or lower our heads in shame. We must never drop our shoulders. We must continue to be proud of our Igbo identity, because Igbos have continued to make the world proud. Igbos have continued relentlessly to make the world proud. I'm not going to say to make Nigeria proud, because we're a global tribe. We are not just Nigerians. We are Gabonese. We are Jamaicans. We are Americans. We are all over the world, making the world a better place. If you will Google this, do it now. Esther Okade, O-K-A-D-E. Young girl is from Ibuzo. She made her PhD at the age of 16. You may be surprised, how can a young girl get PhD at 16? Not just PhD in any discipline. PhD in mathematics. Esther Okade, An Igbo girl. Where will I start from? Is it the young girls who routinely, because it didn't happen once, who will routinely travel from Onitsha to go and win ICT award all over the world? Where do I start from? Is it the brilliance of our stars, our girls who represented the Super Eagles recently? Is it the brilliance of Dr. Ngozi Adichie, who recently narrated how she took 90% pay cut from World Bank to come and serve Nigeria as a finance minister? Where do I start from to list the brilliance of the Igbo people? Is it in art? Have I stopped talking about Buchi Emecheta, Catherine Acholonu? Have I stopped talking about them? Have I stopped talking about literary icons like Cyprian Ekwensi, Professor Chinua Achebe? Or can I switch to the modern day and start talking about people like our sister Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie or Ben Okri? Where do I start from to enumerate the greatness of the Igbo people? And how can one ever deny to have come from such greatness? How? What kind of bribe will someone give to you to deny that you come from greatness? Because this is greatness. If you know that you are from such greatness, you will never lower the bar again in your life. Never. Igbos are great. There's no controversy about it. There's no debate about it. No other tribe even comes close. Maybe the Gnolls, who are even related to us. You can fact check these things I'm saying. This is the greatness of Ndi Igbo. It didn't start today. Before you will say it was just yesterday here. No. The oldest Acheulean tools discovered in the world today was discovered somewhere in Enugu, the ancient kingdom, at Uguele, at the cave of Nnemchukwu, the mother god. The place where you have Isume, where humans are believed to have drawn their first breath. Isume is located on the mountain of Ugo, the ancient kingdom, where Nnemchukwu, the mother god, lived. Because in Igbo culture, it is strongly believed that God is a woman, not a man. This is a topic for another day. In fact, there are some biblical proofs and connections to this belief. Okay? Ani, in Igboland, the earth deity is the strongest of all the deities in Igboland. Nnemchukwu also is believed in Ugodo to be the creator of human life. Have you seen the Ikon monoliths in Igboland, where it was believed that the first birth of human being took place, and the person who gave birth to those children died because of the pains of giving birth? You don't know about this, but you can browse it out. Browse the Ikon monolith. Ikon is spelled I-K-O-N, then spell monolith, and see where it is located. So I will now tell you, oh, it's no longer Igboland, it's crossover state, or it's Akwa Ibom state, because of state creation. These states are no more than 30, 60 years old. So we are talking about the greatness and antiquity of Ndi Igbo. Should I move from Uguele to Ibuku? The artifacts excavated by Isaiah Nozie and other subsequent discoveries in Ibuku are dated 9th century. That is the oldest artifact, metal artifact in the whole of West and Sub-Saharan Africa. 9th century artifacts. It is 300 years older than Bini bronze. 400 years older than Ife art. That's the Ibuku artifacts I'm talking about. Oh. Those Ibuku bronze that you will see people sample. And there is none, not even one single Ibuku bronze in any museum in the southeast part of Nigeria or any part of Igboland today. The least you can find is some of them in Lagos and the rest scattered all over the world. We need to reclaim our greatness so that people can see, so that our children can see our greatness and clue up. Our forefathers, our ancestors have set an example. They have set a precedence. They have raised the bar. You need to get to that bar and cross it. You don't need to lower the bar. It pains me deeply when I see an Igbo person denying his or her Igbo identity. Makani Igbo. We are the big elephants in the forest. You will see us say that it is only a good name that you share with wild animals. What are those good names? Igbo. That is all. Igbo. So we have to teach our children their real identity so that they will stop denying it. So that we will not have Igbo denials. People are coming out on a daily basis to restate their Igbo identity. Thank you, Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie, for stating yours. Thank you, Dr. Ngozi Okonjo Iweala. Both of you are my namesakes for stating yours too. Your Igbo story. We shared it here on our platform. Find the video and watch. She shared her experience as a 15-year-old girl cooking for soldiers during the Biafra War. So why will an ordinary person from these communities or region come out to say, I am not Igbo? What informed that decision? What? Is it the discrimination of Undi Igbo? It didn't start with you. It will not end with you as well. We are created to stand out so that we can be envied. We were not created anywhere to fit in. Anywhere you enter, if you see an Igbo man there, you will know. Because you can't put us in the pocket. You can't also intimidate us. These are the attributes of an Igbo person, and they are always exceptional. Look at Councillor Onoha. When will I start talking about the greatness of Igbo people from? Look at Councillor Onoha, who is at the UK Parliament. Look at the exploits he's making. Anywhere you find one Igbo person, there will be a difference now. There will be a difference, huge difference. We are not mediocres. We are unapologetically Igbo, and we practice our culture. We don't deny it. So this set of young people who deny their Igbo identity, I am appealing to you to go back and ask your parents, where am I from? Where are we from? If you don't ask them, or if they are not being honest to you, ask yourself, what are the cultural practices of your people? Which culture does it align with? Does it align with you being a Yoruba or Bini or Hausa man? If it doesn't, find yourself back to your Igbo identity. Quick. So, trace yourself back to your Igbo identity. And stop denying your ancestors. So that your way can open up for you. You can't be denying your own skin and hope to prosper. It's not possible. So that you will not be roaming the earth endlessly. And in Akainto. So today, we very elaborately discussed the Igbo identity and the Igbo identity crisis. Igbos who are outside the southeastern states. Who is this person laughing? Why are you laughing? Because I used that word of husband giver that says Chineka Bogyoko. British and confused, and Fulani has confused enough. That is why many are confused. That's true, my dear. That's true, Choma. You just said it right. Because when the British came, they divided everywhere. Their own was, how can we control this place? They were not interested in who speaks Igbo, who speaks English. They didn't care. Thank you, bro. Your teaching is too exceptionally enlightening. God bless you. Thank you so much, my brother Leonard. And Chioma, your comment is also very, very funny. Thank you. Difference are there in the villages, not even LGA. Thank you. This person from the local government in Abia State. Let me use your example for instance. I am from Ubuluku. All right. In Ubuluku, we have up to 11 big quarters. I am from Abonta. We are the royal family. In fact, I am from the royal family. The first royal house of Ubuluku are my ancestors. So if I mention my great-grandparents and great-great-grandparents, all of them were kings. So in my community of Ubuluku, where I am from, I'm going to say 3 different words. If somebody is from Ubuluku, you will know where I'm from. If I'm going to say roll this, normal thing that somebody will say Jido, I will say Jido. Somebody from Udo quarters in the same Ubuluku will say Jido, Jidonima. You see the way he mentioned B, very deep. You will know that this person, this your Ubulu is too deep. You must be from Udo. Another person says Jide. In Ubuluku, I can say Shapum, like leave me. Some others from Idumisa in Ubuluku will say happen. That happen is a general and a dialect. Shapum is just for Ubuluku. Why these people picked up happen is because they have moved out from Ubuluku, stayed a little in Ibuzo, attempted to leave Ibuzo, it didn't work, so they came back home. They now speak a version of N1 that is not really Ubuluku. So even in a community, there is distinct versions of a language or dialect. There is discrimination as well, because there's a part of the community who want to marry and say, hey, this guy want to kill me. You mean you want to marry from this quarter? Don't go. Assuming I'm a young boy now, I'm not going to mention the name of any community or clan because we are Igbo. We are supposed to be promoting Igbo identity. So anything negative is off the line. There's a community I will come to my parents now and say, I want to marry a girl. And they say, where? I mention it. They say, hey, you want to kill me? This community is not in the southeast. Though. It's still within us. So there's these small differences, but that is what makes us unique. This small competition among the Igbo. When they say a man from Alamo is the biggest farmer, they'll say, no, there's another one from Obe. He's a very big farmer. He's the DG. What did I say? DG, that is what we call the master yam farmer. Diochi, the master wine tapper. Binta, the master hunter. Bibolo, the husband. Diopala, the master of all the sons. That's the oldest son. All these are Igbo words. And they are my community's version of Igbo language. Then if you on camera and ask somebody from there, where are you from? Say, oh, I'm from Igbo Delta. I'm from Delta Igbo. You know, we are not Igbos. We are not the main Igbo. Our language is similar. Our culture. Who is asking you all those rubbish you are explaining? State who you are unapologetically without explanation. I am an Igbo man from Ubuluku in Delta State. Put it to that person first that you are an Igbo man. You see people say they are from Yoruba. You will not even bother to ask them which state. In the end, you may be somebody from Kwara State. That is in the north. At the middle belt. You see somebody who is an Ijo. I say, I'm an Ijo person. I will say, I zone. They say, hey, I zone. Yeah, I zone. When they say I zone, the man from Ondo State responds. The man from Bayelsa responds. The man from River State responds. The man from Edo State responds. The one from Delta responds. The one from Akwa Ibom responds. And a fool who is an Igbo person that finds himself in these states will say, you know, I'm Igbo, but it's because we are in Edo. You are Igbo. You are Igbo. Leave the person asking you to start wondering about his own identity crisis. I'm so proud this time again of our brother, Chike Ogie. Please, I'm seeing 18 likes. If you have not liked this video, this is 69 people to 70 watching the video. Please like this video, okay? You are doing it for us. You are doing it for me. You are helping me to promote this channel so that our videos can go viral one day. If our video goes viral, and this channel goes viral, it means when we want to talk as Igbo, we will just talk and the whole world will hear. I'm not a woman, no? So I don't know what I will do aside from talking to us to promote the channel and it will grow. I cannot dance. The only traditional dance that I can dance, and then this talk. But this talk is priceless because I took years. I am still unpublished because each time I want to publish any of my history books, I will say, people will read this thing and say, Ngozi Nwandu, small boy like him, writing history. What does he know about history? But they don't know. What they don't know is that time flies. For over 10 years of going around Igboland, then over 15 years of writing things on social media, on Facebook, I've met a lot of libraries. Today, those libraries are no more. I owe them a lot. Some of my resource people, those elders that granted me interview in 2010, 2012, 2013, they have all died. More than 500 of them that I've met that are no more. Because they were old when I met them. They were leading their lineages. They were giving me history, thinking very soon, this my son will publish the book. My name will be there. They are dead. I owe them. One of the things I owe them is to represent the truth they gave to me, how it was handed to me. That is why what I'm doing is something that is bound by moral conscience. That I'm not talking for myself, I'm talking about my ancestors who are not here anymore. People who sat down, dedicated their time to talk to me about our history. I must present this history the way they gave it to me. Not a revisionist idea of trying to align myself with what I don't know. Without looking at a book, I can sit down here and trace myself 500 years back. That is how much work I have done. Should I stay here and tell you that my father's name is Ogochukwu? His own father's name is Owode. Owode is like saying Nkade. Owode's father's name was Moasha. Moasha's father's name was Oshueleze. Oshueleze's father's name was Ojukobi. Ojukobi. I've mentioned 5 of my ancestors now. Ojukobi's father was Obi Ojuko. Obi Ojuko's father was Diese. Obi Diese. These are kings. Obi Diese's father was Obi Olise. Obi Olise was the son of Obi Enaliwenze. I can continue this way back to 12th century. This is my own genealogy. That is how much work I have done. I have not published any book anywhere, but I'm pouring knowledge out every day to my followers, to my subscribers, because I want the Igbo identity to be preserved. I will certainly publish a book. Certainly. Because the people who gave me idea and knowledge and wisdom did so believing that I'm going to publish a book very soon. But every time I am pushed to come out to talk, people listen, irrespective of my age. So I felt it is now time to come out. This channel is very young. When I created it, I just abandoned it. I don't post anything on it. But with time, I decided it was time. If not now, when? I had to start from somewhere. to pass to us the knowledge that was given to me. I speak to people from my hometown as well who have identity crisis. There are people from my hometown who will never accept that they are Igbos. It's just for me to have a few discussions with them and they will accept that truly I made sense. Because they believed to be Igbo, you must have migrated from the southeast at one point or the other. There are people whose ancestors never crossed that water. They are Igbos. There are people who we also know that we assimilated their ancestors into our midst. They were never one of us from start. They were assimilated. They have been assimilated. They are now one of us. We call it Igbo Banana. We have given them a name. They have started answering that name. Their children now forbid what we forbid. They forbade what we forbid. They do not marry from the kindred from which they were brought into our midst. 100 to 200 years later, their children start coming out to say our ancestors came from Bida and then they now came here. You know, we are not from here. But you have been assimilated, which is part of Igbo culture. Let me give you an instance. And some of these things that I say touches me to the heart. It's very painful. And I wish people know how much ignorance can cost them. Ignorance is very bad. This is why you must do everything you can to pursue knowledge and to support anybody that is giving out knowledge freely. Support our channel by liking our videos. Support our channel by sharing our videos. Support our channel by sending us money. Super thanks. The time I'm supposed to do other things is what I'm using to do this video. If you are a YouTuber, you will also know that YouTube live video it's not for money. It's for the sharing of long knowledge like this. And for you to also know that the person talking to you is not acting a script. I'm telling you this from my head. It is the knowledge I have gained all through the years. So what I said touched me now is this. A man runs into our midst and says, "Help me. They chased me away from Anidu. They were threatening to kill me." And the king welcomes you. A goat is killed. The blood is sprinkled on our Ogirisi tree in front of Ishwani. You are now proclaimed an Obolo man, an Ibuzo man, an Owashi man, an Asaba man. You are now inducted into our midst. The same thing people do abroad and they say, "See my green card, oh, they have given me citizenship. I am now a citizen of the United States of America." That is the same thing our ancestors do. They have now made this man one of us. Let me tell you what will happen. This man will start forbidding everything we forbid. He will eat what we eat. We will give him farmland where he will farm. He will marry any wife from our midst. We can also marry his children. One day, if any of the indigenes, by mistake, by anger or vexation, calls him a slave, oh my God, that indigene's name will be sorry during village meeting because he will pay fine. He could pay fine tire. This fine I'm talking about is not one he will pay easily. It's one that after paying it, body will tell and say he really did something wrong. We call it ekwashi. But this time it is ekwashi. To insult someone's bloodline and chi. Ekwashi. So when somebody calls such person slave, which day did you join us here? They will find out indigene heavily. Now come to think of the man's children coming out later to say, "We are not from here." Shame. And you hope to prosper in that land. It is just the proverbial story of the slave who begged people, even his owner, to never mention that he's a slave because they were embarking on foreign land. Only for them to get there on their way, they were drenched by rain. Everyone removed their cloth and left in the sun to dry. He removed his cloth and kept it under fire. When the owner of the house came, he said, who is this person that is drying clothes on fire like a slave? So the slave has already told people that he is a slave. Most of the people you are seeing in our midst ranting that they are not one of us, that they are not Igbos. God will not allow me to use my mouth to say how their own fathers came to our midst. It is a shame. It is a shame that it is their children that are now beginning to assume the graves of their fathers. It is so touching. So touching. Your fathers ran to our midst. They did not come here by convenience. Some came by convenience, liked the community and settled. Let me give you an example. If you see any child, they have started this, so we have no option than to expose everything. If you see a child named Ogwashi, just know that that child is not from Ogwash. The parents lived in Ogwash, loved Ogwash. Then they gave birth to a child and named that child Ogwash. If you see a child named Isa Amaka, that child is not from Isa. It's because they have lived in Isa. Isa did them well. So they named their child Isa Amaka. I'm not going to use my community to give such example because there are so many of my people who bear the name, who are now one of us. How can it be that many years later, the children of these people will come out to say they are not one of us, when your ancestors have been assimilated? We have so many Benin people in our midst, though. Truthfully speaking, we have many people from Enugu in our midst. Some conveniently settled with us and they are now one of us. Some came during war. They couldn't go back, so they were assimilated. They are now one of us. How can the children now later come out and start disgracing themselves all over on social media? Somebody did that in Iseluku the other day. And then one of the indigenous said, oh, why now? Why did you come out to start telling the world that you are not really from here, that we have already assimilated your ancestors now? Why are you telling the world you are a slave? He went physically. I'm not saying on social media this time anymore. He went to the man's physical shop and fought with him. So please, if there's anything that an Igbo man is known for, it's for wisdom. Igbo-uche. Akon-uche is the number one attribute of Igbo. Akon-uche. Before an Igbo man takes decision, he thinks about the consequences. What are the consequences? You are the one telling the world now that you are not one of us. What if tomorrow they start sharing Umunna land and they say you are not part of our Umunna? That is why you will now see them on social media. A place that we have lived for more than 500 years, they are beginning to disinherit us. Why? Because you were the one who came on social media to tell the world that you are not one of us anymore, that you are from Benin. Yes, we know before now that some of you are from Ozanogo. Some of you are from Ozanogo, that is Abo. That's the name. Some of you are from a different place, came to Abo to live. You were welcomed. Now you are saying you are not one of us. Why? Thank you so much, my brother Donald. He said, well done. Then our brother Onyeka Obonna. I like this. Come again next time. Thank you. I will always do so. This is not even our first time of the. Okay, we said, what an eye opener. God bless you, Igbo blood. Choma, thank you so much, Choma. God bless you. Thank you, Choma. And then we have here Michael Enyazo. May Chukwu Okike Abia bless you, my brother. You will eat the fruit of your labor. Amen. Thank you so much. And then we have even my brother and my sister, Chimamanda Ngozi from Imo State. Wow, this is so wonderful. Ike, I will be so happy and pleased to hear from that your brother. Not be smart thing lecturers carry me do for photo. Managal makuko na photo. So bound on a photo, eh? Hey God. Abraham like this. Ngozi, they expect to see a fine young girl. Then a boy comes out. What is this? Hey, come back here. Let me see your ID card. I will show them. They will check and say, it's true. Where are your classmates? Is he the one? I say yes. I'll go to my seat and sit down every day. Because they rarely see a man bearing that name, Ngozi, but it's my name. I used to be shy. So, bearing the name Ngozi, I really received it hot. But with time, I grew into the stature. That is how I believe our Igbo brothers will grow into the stature. It will be unfair if I end this video without talking about the very beautiful work that our brother, distinguished Senator Ned Nwoko, is doing. I hate to talk about a politician, trust me. I hate to talk about a politician. Because before you talk about them 1, 2, 3 times, they say, hey, they have given him money. And to be honest, many of them are not trying. But I have to give it to this one, distinguished Senator Ned Nwoko. Thank you. Thank you for how you have stood like an Iroko on live TV to promote your Igbo identity and our collective identity as Igbo people. Thank you for speaking up too for the detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Thank you for making we who are Igbos from Delta State proud. Irrespective of the current distractions we are seeing, we are saying be strong, and we will continue to pray for you. Because what you are doing is what our ancestors craved for, begged for, lobbied for, died for. They did not see it come to fruition. In one of my community platforms the other day, because if you are going to be antagonized, when I see people who antagonize me in the public, I feel comfortable replying them because I have faced very strong antagonism and criticism in real life from my kinsmen, those who know the day I was born, those who know me even before I was born, those who knew my mother as a youth, those who knew my father as a young person. So to them, I am just like yesterday boy. So these are the caliber of people I have stood with and argued and discussed with and proved the point. So the call for the establishment of Anioma State did not start with distinguished Senator Ned Nwoko. It is a call that is over 71 years. It started when they put us among Western Igbos. We are not from Yoruba land. We do not speak Yoruba, but we have to send representatives to Lagos. How do we feel when they start discussing in their parliament? Are we Yoruba people? So there's nothing our ancestors didn't suffer. They were grouped with Yoruba people as Western Nigeria. And then, it's no longer Western Nigeria. It's okay, let them give them Midwest. They did Midwest. They put us with Bini people. Even if an Igbo man from our midst was the premier, he still had to go to Bini, the capital. It's okay, let them create states. They gave us Bendel. We were still classified among more than 5 different ethnic groups. The Edos are there, Asian are there, Urobo, Isoko, Ijo, Ijekiri, Igbo. More than 10 different ethnic groups coming together. The Awuchi people are there. It's okay, no problem. Let's give them Delta State. Now in Delta State, more than 5 ethnic groups. Isoko, Ijo, Ishekiri, Urobo, Delta. That is Igbo. 5 in Delta. So there's nothing we have not suffered. It has been long. They kept saying, give us Anioma State. This Anioma State will encompass the 9 local governments in Delta State and the 1 local government we have that they switched to Edo State, which is Ibanke. If you know what these people in Ibanke are going through, no governor has come from there. The political patronage they get is limited because they are treated like Ndi Igbo. That is one good thing about identity. If you don't know who you are, your enemy will tell you who you are. That's why I said, when you're doing historical research, you ask the indigenes and their neighbors. Their neighbors usually have an interesting, unbiased perspective to give to you. Themselves will be glorifying themselves, while the neighbors will now tell you more, the things you don't know. That is how we do historical research. So, the call for the creation of Anioma State has been there before Ned Nwoko was born. But the way he has carried this ideology, there's a music I used in my former video. You say, the musician released that song 45 years ago. His name was Nweke Nwamoma. Nweke Nwamoma sang this song saying, Ubulu yaka kai nwanyị ọma o, mọdị n'ubulu yaka kai nwanyị ọma o, Alaji mọdị yaka kai nwanyị ọma, eze m ubulu yaka kai nwanyị ọma o, gade mma o. Ubulu yaka kai nwanyị ọma o, ọdafu ubulu yaka kai nwanyị ọma o, mọdị ani yaka kai nwanyị ọma o, mọdị n'ubulu yaka kai nwanyị ọma o, gade mma o. Ani ọma o, obodo anyị o. This song is over 45 years old. I don't know how old the senator would be then. But the call for the creation of Anioma State has been there. And this man came, collected the baton, is running faster than Usain Bolt with it. If eventually Anioma State is created, his name is already written in gold. If it is not created, his name is written in gold as well. He has done his best. When that state is created, we can now know. Before Tinubu became president, and even now that he is president, ask any Yoruba person, where are we from? They will tell you we are Igbo people, more Igbo. Are you now arguing about where they will classify us as? So if you create an Anioma State, you will still join me again with people that I don't have any cultural relationship with? No. Anioma is a southeastern state. And that is why you see in that our banner head there that Chimamanda declares the 13 Igbo states. The 13 Igbo states, Delta is strongly one of them. And in this Delta part, we are not leaving anyone behind. We will not leave our Ibanke brothers behind. The people of Ibanke in Edo State are Eka people. Eka people are Igbos. Don't mind anything you see online. Okay? I'm going to make a video of Eka people strongly advocating for their Igbo identity. I'm going to make sure that this video covers people from Okwane. Eka. When I mean Eka, I'm going to join Ibanke, they are Eka. Umunede Eka. Abo Eka. Owa Eka. So that you will see that it is not everybody that suffers identity crisis. Like I said, it is usually failures and the fulefus that usually promote this identity crisis, not people who know their left from their right. The people who know their left from their right, you will never see them talking about identity crisis. People like Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala don't need you to advise her that she's Igbo. She will be the one telling you we are Igbo. I've seen videos of her speaking Igbo. Her own version of Igbo Ogwash. The same way if I switch my speech to Ogwash, you will think I am from Ogwash. I am not from Ogwash. Man, I'm powerful. Oh, can't keep with the war. I said na abụ m onye ọgwahi nọ. Ka nke bụ na abụ na m onye ọgwahi. Mana nne m bụ onye ọgwahi. Nne m bụ onye agịrị ehe. Ifuga na nna asụ onye ọgwahi. This is Ogwash. This is Ogwash. You see that as I was speaking the Ogwashi, I was not calling it Ogwash. I was calling it Ogwahi. Ogwahi. The same thing with other communities like Ashama. Some will call it Ahama. The same thing with Ashaba. That they call Asaba. Some call it Ahaba. Depending on your neighbor's dialect. It is called Ahabam, Ahabagum. I have chosen well. My dialect, they don't speak Ahaba. We sha. Sha means to choose. Sha, Asharim, I have chosen. So we say Aharim like them. That's why they say Ahaba. So we say Shari, which means Ashabam. So we call them Ndi Ashaba. Ubuluku people call Asaba people Ndi Ashaba. Them call themselves Ndi Ahaba. Some others call them Asaba. It is the one the white man could write that he wrote in his book. Similar thing with Ogwash. Some call them Ogwashi. Some call them Ogwanri. They call themselves Ogwahi. Ogwahi. Adogwahi. That is the way they call it by themselves. It is their own. But that's not how it is written in books. These are Igbo communities. They are not Delta communities. Delta is just 1991. And 1991 is how many years ago? Just 20, how many years ago? I think 30 what again? 34 years ago. That is what somebody will see and say, no, I am from Delta, I am from Edo, I am from Bendel. Igbo nwa Bendel. Mmepelu gị anya kpọọ gị nwa ngwa, nwa abịrịba, nwa isu, nwa ọlụ, ọlụ ụmụaka ndị ori. There's nothing I will not give to you. If you give me one, I give you two. You say, I'm the Delta, nwa Delta, nwa ọlụ. So that you know that you are from a part of Igboland. I am from a part of Igboland. There's no part that supersedes the other. The same thing, there's a stigma on one, there's a stigma on the other one. There's a good thing about one, there's a good thing about the other one. That is what makes us unique. We embrace each other. Call me nwa Bendel, call me nwa Owerri. Nwa Bendel, nwa Abia. Nwa Bendel, nwa Anambra, or nwa Enugu. In the end, we are Igbo. Don't say one Bendel, I will now start feeling discriminated against. We discriminated. Who is discriminating me? On what grounds? So some people who are against this idea of promoting Igbo unity will say, be following them. Very soon, they will show you who they are. Have I shown them who I am? There's nothing to run away from. Okay, I am from Onwode family. I'm from a very large family, by the way. I am the 10th son among 11 sons. So suddenly, one of my brothers offend me. I will say I'm no longer Onwode. Will I say I am no longer Onwode because one of my brothers insulted me? It doesn't make sense at all. So, please, I have 30 likes. I'll soon end this live broadcast. And when I end it, unfortunately, I don't know how YouTube operates, but these comments will disappear. I don't know why. Who is this one? James, man, he said, are you there? Are you here? Efulefu. Who is this one? I don't know what it means. What is are you here? Efulefu. Who are you talking to? They divided us, but our people find it difficult to believe it. Who is this person? James. James, who are you arguing with? Who is this person you are dealing with? Mumunna and the Kano is the biggest joke, full of order. Who is this one? Okay, is this person that you're dealing with? Thank you so much. I've been able to put on the mic. Or is it still off? I know you can hear me now. I know you can hear me now. Ebu community is an Igbo community. Okay, yes. Ebu community is in Oshimili North local government area of Delta State. Ebu shares boundary with Ela. These two communities trace their migration back to Egala. That is migration, not their identity. If it is their identity, just like Egala, they speak a version of Ebu. That Ebu that they speak, they have a deeper one that sounds almost like Igala communities, but it is an Igbo community. They are all listed Igbo. In fact, I wish there's a way. I don't have my second phone here to show you the Delta State Gazette of traditional rulers. The king of Ebu is gazetted in Delta State as an Igbo king. Yes, you heard me. Ela, the one that strongly claims they are from Igala, Igbo king. All the Odiane communities, the ones that claim they speak Yoruba, are Igbo communities. Why? I want somebody to ask why. Why are they listed as Igbo? Because you came from somewhere and met people somewhere and joined them. We call that one Allah. It is Allah. Allah. They are Igbo communities. One of the core proofs of their Igbo identity is the 9 founding communities are all Igbo names. I did a video on that and I posted earlier. The 9 lineages that make up Ela are Igbo communities. The 9 villages, 9. So Ebu, yes, is an Igbo community. Not minding where you say they migrated from. Because in a community, it is usually not monolithic. Like in Obuluku, you have people who will say their ancestors migrated from Anidu, which is now called Benin. And they'll say, oh, they are Benin people. No. Let me give you an instance. When my father Ezemu came to Obuluku in the 12th century, it is believed that he came around 12th century, okay? He met 2 people, one called Eke, a blacksmith. Another one called Anugwe, a yam farmer. Anugwe claims to have come from Anidu. Okay? Anugwe, you heard the name, Anugwe. Let me mention Anugwe's children's name to you so that you will judge whether they are from Benin or Yoruba. His first son's name, one of the son's name is Ara. Aya, like war. Another one's name is Ogidi. Another one's name is Ogugwamakwa. These are the sons of Anugwe. There are 4. I don't know why I don't remember the 4th son's name. He's not my ancestor anyway, but I know it's because I am a historian. So, this is the man that is from Benin. In Ogwachukwu, there's another group as well called Odigie Ikehike. At least the name Odigie sounds a bit like Benin, right? Okay. But today, all the names of the children, even Odaibo, who is an Igbo man, married from that Ikehike, which means the same way they claim now that our fathers married Igbo women, therefore we started speaking Igbo. Now, Odaibo married a Benin woman, so to say. Why are the people of Ogwachukwu not speaking Benin? So that's it. God bless you richly, my brother. Thank you so much, my brother Demon Wallace. Let all of us subscribe, please. Please. This man has just set my mind. Let me check your name. Francis Kenechukwu. What Francis Kenechukwu said is what I have in mind. Please. All 130 something of us that are watching this video is going to 157. It's up to. Let's subscribe. Please. By the time I end this live broadcast and I see 50 subscribers came from this video, tomorrow I will on camera again and do another live video. Okay? Let it be that your subscription, your likes, your comments are my motivation to do more live video. So please I am pleading with you to please subscribe. Help me to grow this channel. Let this channel have 100,000 subscribers because of you. 100,000 subscribers doesn't come in one day. It comes with you subscribing, another person subscribing, sharing the video. Let the video go wild. Let's promote our Igbo identity. Let's promote the Igbo culture. Makani Igbo bofu. Oye dokwame onweri. Oye shapo onwa. Ugule buerie. Boye kpofia. Oda akpo uno. Manaka jikwa mofia. Ume uno. Kai jikwa uno ae. So that people can identify fully as Igbos. There are so many beautiful things about being Igbo. So many. So many. When I look back at the cultural practices of our ancestors, documented in books published by Professor Wabara, Professor Onwejogo, Adiela Fibo, and our wonderful wife, a wife that is more popular in her husband's country than in her own country. I'm talking about none other than Professor Elizabeth Isichei, the wife of Peter Isichei, who is from Asaba. The son shared the story of when the father was going to marry the mother. They usually tell them, I say, hey, Peter, no more Nanoka Peter Sina. Hey, we have lost Peter. Peter has married a white woman. The woman is from New Zealand. So when you hear Elizabeth Isichei, you will easily think one black professor woman. She's a professor of history, but she's from New Zealand. Her husband is from Asaba. And Biko, Chuku Gozianim Peter, Gozianim Elizabeth. You need to see the children of Elizabeth speaking Igbo, despite the fact that they are full white men. White. Ehubana asu Igbo. Igbo asome ekeswa. Ona asu Igbo na ama atutwinu. I will share some of these videos, I beg. I need to share the video of the son talking. I know some of you have seen it. Because he was telling them, Okono sim subi Igbo. And so yes, you say subi Igbo. Oba sobazi Igbo. Subi Igbo with proverb. They now got to a point and said, slow down. So he said, no, Okono seems to be Igbo. So he now finished them with Igbo. He was now telling them about his father and his mother. So I've read books written by these people. Ropes of Sand by Adiele Afibo. And then History of the Igbo People by Professor Elizabeth Isichei. Ingri, Hegemony by Professor Angolo Onwejogo. All these books are worth reading. So when I read about how very wise our ancestors were, I feel so proud to have come from their loins. When President Olusegun Obasanjo wanted to host the Festac 77 Cultural Festival, some of the things that I'm sharing on this live broadcast are things that are secrets, but I am unveiling them to you because someone has to know. You see, a lot of prominence was given to the Bini bronze masks. It now looks as if Igbos don't have masks and we don't have artwork. It is not our fault. From time immemorial, Igbos have been envied. When the first ship came to this side of the world, it didn't come to colonize us. It came to wipe out the Igbo people. So the slave ship didn't come just for colonialism. It knew that there were great people in this side of the world and they came to wipe us out. They didn't come to capture or colonize us. So they came and fought us in Enugu. My community was the headquarters of Ekumeku resistance. My community's name is Obuluku. You can Google all these things that I'm saying. So, for over 31 years, we resisted the white man. Let me give you an instance that the white man recorded themselves. When I feel really sad about this. I feel very, very sad about this. One Nzekwe was to surrender. Nzekwe was the king of Ogwashuku. They record them as chief. He was a head chief. That's what they recorded them as. So when Nzekwe was to surrender to the white man, they said he came with 200 armed men. Imagine in this modern era, a man who moves with 200 armed men. Rate it with the population of then. It means a man who shows up with 2,000 men now, or 200,000 men. For a man to show up with 200 men about 150 years ago, you know what it means. That's the kind of ancestors we had. They fought us to a standstill. Iseluku surrendered. Ogwashuku surrendered. Ibuzo was captured. Asaba. And then finally Obuluku. The first secondary school, the first complete secondary school from across the Niger to Benin was established in Obuluku in 1950s. They call it Ekumeku Grammar School. Today it's called St. Anthony's Model College. One of the first primary schools was called Wanole, named after the woman who was called Nobolo, who led the war too. So these people came with war to wipe us out. So the war and hatred against Ndibo did not start in 1967. No. But I want to talk about the 1967 one. After what happened in 1967 ended in 1970 of January, Nigeria had so much money. Gowon even boasted that Nigeria can lend money to the UK, and we did. There was so much money that Obasanjo planned to host a cultural festival. In 1976 was when it was hosted. They built a separate village from scratch for this cultural showpiece. It is called Festac 77. Is it 77? Yes, Festac 77. If you know how much was spent to build the village and host Festac 77, Obasanjo said there will never be anything like this after now. And truly, there has never been anything like Festac 77 all over the world. It is still one of the biggest cultural showpieces I've ever held in the world. Money that was meant to rebuild Igbo after the war was used to host a cultural festival. And guess what? All the Igbo cultural artifacts that I described earlier, I began by saying the Ibuku art is 400 years older than Benin bronze mask. Google it. Don't take my word for it. Anything I say, you can fact check it and come here and counter me. Ibuku arts are dated 9th century. 9th to 12th century, and they are 400 years older. That is minimum of 400 years older than Benin bronze. Queen Idia's mask is not a bronze work. It is an ivory mask. If you know artwork, go and meet artists today. Tell them how much is woodwork, how much is fiber, and then how much is bronze work. Queen Idia's mask is an ivory work. Crushed ivory, not bronze. All the Ibuku artifacts are bronze. Bronze is the third after gold, silver, and bronze. After gold, silver, you get bronze. Bronze artifacts are very highly rated. They are durable. The durability, for instance, is why those artifacts stayed in the ground where Isaiah and Hosea excavated them from for more than 800 years, and they did not decay. So, those artworks were there, but Obasanjo still sent a message to the UK government and said, please, we want Queen Edia's mask so that we can use for our Festac 77. You can make of this message whatever you please. You can call it the hatred of a Yoruba man against Igbos. You can call it anything you wish, but this is just how it is. Obasanjo sent that message to them and they refused to release Queen Edia's mask to Nigeria. Obasanjo did not ask for Ibuku bronze because it will give Ibuku bronze prominence. He started looking for those communities that are close to Benin that have what Benin has. And one of those communities became Ubuluku. I know this because I am from Ubuluku. So they looked for our mask. And another community again is Iselugu. They have a mask that is in the same epoch as Queen Edia's mask. These masks are of the same epoch. Difference is that Ubuluku mask is a bronze mask. Esige's mask is a bronze mask. Queen Edia's mask is an ivory mask. So Obasanjo requested that the king of Ubuluku and the king of Iseluku comes to see him in Lagos. And they went. After discussions, he still insisted, oh God of mercy, help the Igbo people. Help us to realize who we are. He has seen the masks, bronze masks, of the same epoch with Queen Edia's mask called Iyoba. Realizing that these communities that have them are not Benin, they are Igbo communities. Obasanjo made a U-turn. Asked somebody from Benin to mold a replica of Queen Edia's mask, and they used. Please, my Igbo brothers and my dear subscribers and people who are seeing my video for the first time, who have not built credibility on my identity and image, please Google what I just told you. The Queen Edia's mask that was used for Festac 77, was it the real Queen Edia's mask or a molded one? They molded a new one and made use of, rejecting that mask that came from Ubuluku. And then after the festival was hosted, they came from behind and stole those masks. As we speak, these two masks, Esige's mask of Iseluku, Edia's mask of Ubuluku, are missing. They are nowhere to be found. I will find a photo of this mask and post, so that if you are my Igbo brother in any part of the world, any museum where you see them, please snap it and send it to us. Let us go and lay claim on it and have it returned. Igbos are great. You see how I stated that Iseluku and Ubuluku were treated? They were treated as Igbos. If they could reject the mask of somebody as great and an antiquity mask of Ibuku, if they can underplay the Achunian tools that were discovered in Ugwele, in Ungodo ancient kingdom, then what's up with a mask of 12th century? They will immediately ignore it. So that was what they did. Obasanjo rejected those masks, not because they were not ancient, not because they don't also look like Queen Edia's mask. They look. Ozomi Yaba is our own. The Ozomi Yaba is a male mask, so he has beards, not hair. So it was rejected on the premise that we are Igbos, I believe. Otherwise, I don't know what other reason could have made them to reject the mask, but they rejected it. Thank you so much, my brother. Blessing, Abi, my sister. You see, I told you the name Blessing. Okay, it should be Blessing, my friend. Let me believe he's blessing my friend from Ebonyi State. Great man, you are doing a good job for the Igbo communities. God bless you. I have always listened, subscribed to your YouTube channel in research on TV. Thank God. God bless you. Thank you so much. Why someone from Abia that I hear and understands 80% of his dialect will say he is not Igbo? That's it now. You get what you will not go here. I have seen, you know, because we don't just end here. We'll go on live radio programs too. And you know, live radio, it's good to be knowledgeable. Oh. If you are not knowledgeable, you can't go for a radio program. You don't know who is listening. If it's a phone-in program, because it always is, somebody will call in. I wish this my program will even become phone-in. I have to think of that. Okay, I will do so. So that you can call in and then we'll talk. Okay? So, a phone-in program, somebody can phone in and say, young man, speak for yourself. Speak for yourself. Stop talking about every one of us. I'm from Abo and I am not an Igbo man. Somebody has done that. So what I told the presenter to do was, please. Beauty Amade, I also understand our history because my parents told me the history of Igbos and River State. Anyways, thanks for awakening some of us to think because of their inferiority complex. Thank you so much. Some places in Ebonyi State, I can't even hear 20% of the dialects. That's true, that. So Igbo language is very, very diverse. Very, very diverse. So we have been treated all along like Ndi Igbo. We have been treated like Ndi Igbo. I don't know why one of us will now wake up and say he's not Igbo. So on that phone-in program that I was talking about, this man called in and said he's from Abo, he's not Igbo, so we should talk for ourselves. So I told the presenter to please ask him his name. He was very cunning. He said his name is Felix. I said, no. What is your name? In that your language, your culture, tell us your name. That his name is Oseyenim. So is he a Benin? He said, yes, he's a Benin name. I have seen Ifechukwude too, who is a Benin man. I have seen Nwachukwu, a Benin man. I have seen Ebube Chukwu, a Benin man. There's nothing we have not seen. There's nothing we have not seen. And these people they are claiming to have come from are also claiming to have come from somewhere. The Benin man is not okay. I don't know how to describe it, Seth. Benin was an Edu, and they had Ogisos ruling over them. With time, this Ogisos era was phased out, and we started having Oba. Oba is like light in their Yoruba translation. Oba being like the light of Benin. So they started having Oba of Benin. The person who carries Ada and Eben, let me use Ada for instance, unlike this Otoluaka that we'll make use of. The person who carries Ada for the Oba is called Omoada. The same way they call us Omoibo. Omoada, like the young boy that carries Ada. Omoada. Their language is Yoruba, Yoruboid. Even if they have over 30 Igbo words in their daily usage. What we call Ewu is what they call Ewu. What we call Akpati is what they call Ekpeti. What we call Oshumili is what they call Ohinwe. Almost everything we say is the same thing in Benio. Almost everything we say is the same thing, but just a different twist to it. Eke is Eke, Oye is Oye, Afo is Aho, Nkwo is Oko. In Bini, I don't know if you heard what I said. In Bini, I'm not saying in Delta. In Bini language, Edo language, Eke is Eke. They'll add N in the end to make it look like Eke. Oye is Oye. Afo is Aho. Nkwo is Oko. So because they pronounce it differently, they say it's a different thing. Oh my God. You see Ogirisi tree, the one we use to mark land. Yes, you know Ogirisi tree now. So we'll call it Ebo in my community self. The same thing we make use of it for a man is what they use it for in Edo State. We are culturally very similar until Oromiyan invaded Anidu everywhere Basazia. That is why you hear of Aidu Noba. During Aidu Noba, so many communities scattered. Oguta people left with Umweze Chima. So many people left. Even self, the people that you see today that they call Olukumi that speak Yoruba were also from Owo, stayed in Benin. When that Aidu Noba happened, they fled. They didn't flee back home. They came to Igboland and stayed. Ayana Pochazeha, Ndi Okonzo, which makes it that up to today, one of their strongest communities is called Okonzo, and they don't like to be called in the Okonzo. You know what Okonzo is now? Like people's leg is like white chalk because the land they dwell on is white, so their leg will usually be white. So you know how people how they can be. That wasn't hand the Okonzo, and it became their name. Manana choke anybody or hand the Okonzo till today, but it's the name of their community Okonzo. So my brothers and sisters, this is just to tell us that Igbos are in 9 different states. I have posted in 13 different states. I posted a video of a young Calabari girl telling us that their community is Igbo, their ancestry is Igbo, their culture is Igbo, their language Igbo. What we call Ungaji is what they call Egaji. Ozo is Ozo. Akpati is Akpati. Aziza is Ajija. These are Igboid communities. Please, my wonderful brothers and sisters who are watching this video, please subscribe to my channel. I'm about to end this live stream, but I want to end it and see you reached so number of audience. That comes from how many people you were able to share the video to. Okay? What we discuss today are Igbos in 13 states. It is not me that made the statement. It is a historically researched statement by our sister, Udelowa of the universe, Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie, that Igbos are in Bayelsa, Kogi, Benue, Cross Rivers, Delta, Edo. Before you now talk of the core southeastern states. Southeast, remember, is a cartographical creation. It is not our boundary. I was talking about Chico Ogie the other time, and some other words came into my mouth and I jumped. Chico Ogie was a former commissioner for information in Delta State. Information? Yes, information. Chico Ogie was the commissioner for information in Delta State during the administration of His Excellency Governor Emmanuel Eweta Uduagha. So he recently appeared on TV, and Ruben Abati asked him, how do you feel when you are interacting with the other core Igbo states? Mainstream Igbos, that was the language he used. And the man asked him, what do you mean mainstream Igbo? He needs to understand. And the man started stuttering, I mean this. He said, no, ever use that description. There's no such thing as mainstream Igbo, that every part of Igbo land is mainstream. Okay? If you had managed to say the southeastern states, it's okay. Don't say mainstream Igbo and then you use it to exclude others and make them feel like they are minority. We are one and the same. We are like a chain. The strongest part of a chain is its weakest link. Whether you are Igbo in Edo, in Cross Rivers, in Akwa Ibom, in Abia, in Rivers, in Kogi, in Benue, anywhere you find yourself as an Igbo person, you are Igbo. Nothing changes that. And we should stop self-discrimination, because that's the strongest part of discrimination. Not that somebody is telling you are not. You are the one now telling yourself that you are not. Say, please, I would like you to liaise to some Igbos in London to accept their origins instead of claiming British when they know relationship with the British. Please try to let them know. Okay, so our Igbo brothers in the United Kingdom, our Igbo brothers and sisters, because I'm not excluding the sisters, they are the ones who build the home. Our Igbo brothers and sisters in London made me proud this year when they held the Igbo conference. When they held that Igbo conference, Asaba was at the forefront. And shame went straight to people who are in Asaba or who are from Asaba, who are saying they are not Igbos, that they are from Igala. Okay? So, that is for the ones who are doing well, because let's praise the ones who are doing well first. Then let's talk about the ones who are not doing well. Okay? The ones who are not doing well. This comment came from Beauty Amadi, my sister. I didn't even know it's from Beauty Amadi before I started commending the women. Okay, women do a whole lot. But then, if you are an Igbo person, you are in London, but you don't accept your Igbo identity, knowing fully well, even the Amelang, I don't even know what to describe you as. I don't even know which words I will use to describe you, because you are worse than a fulefu. We have Igbos in America calling themselves the name CISA, Council of Igbo-speaking States. And they hold conferences every year. Their video on my platform is one of the most vibrant videos now. White people from head to toe addressing themselves as Ndi Igbo, bearing Igbo names. But give one issue G and you know, my children were born and brought up in the UK. Because of that, some of these children, I must applaud them for the hit they are giving to their parents, especially the ones from Enugu. Big hit. One professor recently did a research among black people, and he told them this shocking thing. He said he usually hosts capacity of 500 to 1,000 people when he's teaching history. So he told them, among white people in Germany, if you know the ancestry of your ancestors, where they migrated from, put your hand up. Every hand went up. I don't know if you heard what I said. In a hall of 500 people, every hand went up. He now held a conference among a black-dominated area and asked the same question. Only 3 hands went up. Who is to blame? Me? It is you. It is you, parents. It is you as a black person. You don't even know what you're depriving yourself. You are depriving yourself an opportunity of knowing who you are. If you know, for instance, that you are from greatness, I swear, you will never be mediocre again in life. If you read, if you're able to trace yourself, why do you think people spend money in this age and time to do their ancestry DNA, to know where they are from? What blood, of what stock are you? Were your ancestors weak? Do they have a certain sickness running through their blood that you would need to avoid? Man, know thyself and thy ways, for the unexamined life is not worth living. Know yourself. Know the culture of your ancestors. That way, it will be very difficult for you to deny your identity. Teach your children that they are Igbo, born in London. There are many of them, of course, you know. If the parents of Sade Adu never told her that she's Yoruba, how would she have traced herself back? There are so many of them now who are doing well in music. We have Tyler, the Creator, who is from the Okoma family in Ibuzo. There are many. Ndibo. I must commend the parents who do well by giving these children Igbo names. We once saw Ibe, who played for Liverpool. Even if the white men were calling him Ibe, we knew he was Ibe. Look at Karim Adeyemi, the Yoruba one. Eberechi Eze, who is now in Arsenal. Give your children Igbo names. Teach them Igbo language. That way, ina akuzili fa ordinary fa na water. Huh? But if they don't understand the language, every other thing you are saying is gibberish. Dalono. Chukwu gozie ono. Thank you so much. We were able to get 36 likes for this video. Even if we have 100 and something people watching it. Please like this video, share it to your audience, and comment. If you can also give us super thanks, do so. I am so pleased to have embarked on this very long 2 hours journey with you. Thank you for keeping me company. Thank you for how you have supported this channel to grow. For we will keep promoting the rich cultural heritage of the Igbo people. Please, if you have not yet liked the video, do well to like and subscribe to our channel, and see you in our next live video. Until then, I would want to check if I have any other comment that I need to respond to. Someone said that not all Oshimili people speak Igbo. All. When I say all, I'm not saying some. Every single community in Oshimili and Nyocho Oshimili, that's where I am from, right? So if someone says not all communities, let them mention one community. All the communities in Anyoma, I'm not saying Oshimili now. All the communities in Anyoma from A to Z speak their own version of Igbo language. Even the one that they call Olukumi, that speak Yoruba, also speak Igbo language. They have their own version of the Igbo language. But that one is not even in Oshimili. It is in Anyocha, and I am from Anyocha. It's in Anyocha North. They call them Ndi Odiane. Odi. Let me not go too far, Jerry. Let's also have something to talk about next time. So we'll say Odiane means they are Diane. No. One Diane is different from Odiane. Diala is different from Odiane. Odiane is a different reference. And we'll talk about it next time. When we say something is OD in our language, it means something different. Let these people not make us to be reminding them what their ancestors paid heavily to forget now. It's not good. They are one of us. They are Igbo. We are all Igbo because Igbo Bufu. See you in our next video. Please subscribe to our channel, okay? So that you can see our video next time. When you subscribe, you hit the notification bell. Thanks for the in-depth explanation. Thank you so much, Beauty. God bless you. Thank you, Choma. I'm surprised though, because I usually don't have women watching my video, except one of our wives, who usually gives me super thanks. Thank you so much. I like this. Come again next. I will. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. God bless you all. I really appreciate you keeping me company here. God bless you all. I'm so grateful. Huh?